Finally here. When did we start that? When did we start this journey?
Let me go see if it even exists in the rambling review list of the previous times.
Yep.
It was review 23. We were watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1. And that was before we watched the original Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh, man. How far we've come. Yep. Welcome to a rambling review of Avengers Endgame.
God damn.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, I wonder why.
I love this movie so much. I am so sad I did not get to see it on opening night. My brother and my roommate both saw this on opening night together, and I am kind of jealous.
Meanwhile, for me, I had seen much of it through memes and such, so I was not blind to most of this.
Which, when he told me that before we watched it, I expected him to know, like, the death that happens. He didn't know.
No.
He knew that...
I know memes. I don't know the plot.
In retrospect, I'm like, oh yeah, there isn't any meme referencing the fact that he died, I guess.
So, if you're new here to Rambling Review, we're spoiling the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already did, I think.
Well, you kind of mumbled it.
Sure, okay. Yeah, spoilers. Leave now. Why are you here? Go away. Go away now. Okay, now that we've gotten those people out of the way, welcome.
Where the fuck do we start?
The
effects are amazing.
Yeah, this beautiful, gorgeous movie. I'm not sure what we expected for the single biggest movie of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
They better be good. But yeah.
There's also the fact that even though I had seen much of the moments in memes and such, what the frick, it still made an impression on me.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing when you put it in context.
Yeah. So, where the fuck do we start with the characters? Or do we go plot first?
We can kind of...
Let's go plot, mostly.
So...
The beginning part is kind of fucking savage when you really think about it. Where it's like, Thanos is kind of just stopped, and then everyone just immediately breaks into his freaking Harvest Moon mod down.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, I'll just kill Thanos. He's dead now. Well, now what?
Time to live our life, I guess.
I mean, also, the very opening scene, I think it's pretty cool that they were like, yeah, Hawkeye's just not in Infinity War at all. And then they're just gonna open with him...
Also known as Fuck You Hawkeye the Opening.
That poor Clint, man.
Now that I'm thinking about it, fuck you, Hawkeye the movie. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Poor Clint, man. He goes through it in this movie.
So then we get the time skip of 5 years.
Yeah. And I remember the first time I saw this movie. I think I wasn't like... I think I just didn't quite... like, I probably should have thought of this, but I, like, didn't think of it. So, like, I honestly, like, got chills when it said 5 years later. I was like, oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, crap.
But yeah, I have to say this, though. The thing of using Quantum Realm, I was legit terrified when I saw that. That was where the movie was going for, where at the beginning of it, I was like, oh no, this is going to make or break the movie, whether or not this works or not, on legit, if they pull this off or not. Where it's like, involving time travel is a really fucking gutsy move there. Like, you can really fuck up everything if you had too much time travel to something.
Yeah, definitely.
Where it's like they were very treading on thin ice there. They made it work.
I see it as an absolute win.
I really enjoy though that a few of them had moved. Like Tony had moved on, so it makes sense that he would have the most restraint to the plan at first.
Yeah, like what they picked who to kill off and who to leave alive. Like Thanos was random. The writers were not random. They were very particular about it.
Yeah, we were actually making a joke, like what during a break in between the movie of making the joke of what happens in the alternate universe where it's the other half, and it's like, oh my god, this is the worst possible team I could have ever thought of.
It's like, well, I guess Peter Parker has to invent time travel now.
Where it's like, something's horribly wrong. We got we got Spider-Man, Black Panther, and I don't know, Winter Soldier, I guess.
And most of the Guardians. I guess.
And I guess Doctor Strange, who's kind of just there for his brain now.
Yeah. I mean, he does some magic stuff. He just doesn't have time stone.
Which is where most of it comes from. He's got the cape, and that's about it at that point.
Yeah, we lose massive firepower from Thor, massive firepower from Captain Marvel. I guess we get Scarlet Witch. Why are we spending so much time on this hypothetical? This is supposed to be a review.
It was just something I brought up. I mean, it's you say that like this isn't going to be like at least an hour.
Yeah. Anyway, back
to the plot. Which one of the time periods first to talk about? Which one of the time heist parts? The Thor one was depressing.
Yeah.
And very emotional.
Yeah. But like Thor getting to talk to his mom about stuff was just like, it was great.
Yeah.
And I think the scene that, like, literally one of the scenes in this entire movie that stuck with me more than anything else is when he, like, summons Mjolnir and is like, I'm still worthy.
Yeah.
Like, that gets me every time. Mm-hmm. And it sticks in my mind so much. It's it's subtle, but such a beautiful scene for him.
The Captain America Iron Man part. That's just a whole domino effect of everything going horribly wrong.
So many stars.
I can see where the Loki spin-off comes from, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's how that was their excuse for bringing Loki back.
Yeah, I can see where that came from. Purely from that alone. Where it's like, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny having Captain America fight himself. I could do this all day. Yeah, I know. Like, he's like, oh my gosh, that was so lawful good. I'm like, obnoxious.
Tony being able to hang out with his dad was nice to see as well.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. And also the freaking Jarvis thing. It's like, callbacks.
Yep. I named my AI after that guy. What was the other one?
That was the planet ones, where which planet do you want to go for first? Emotional damage planet or everything goes wrong planet?
Well, I mean, everything goes wrong planet because it happened first of the plot.
Yeah,
it's like
Nebula getting.
It's like, what was supposed to happen? Get in, punch Quill in the face, get out.
I feel like they were waiting to do that.
Nebula's like, yes, I have an excuse to get War Machine to punch him in the face. Let's go.
Pretty much. And then Nebula gets captured, and that leads to even worse problems.
Yep. Oh, look. Now Nebula... Oh, look. Thanos knows what they're doing.
And fake Nebula's in there.
And now Nebula's pretending to be Nebula, so nobody knows that Nebula is actually Nebula.
Twice.
Yeah. In my defense, I haven't seen this movie since 2020.
So, emotional damage?
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage! Also known as Fuck You, Hawkeye Part 2.
Oh, man. I feel like I've heard people complain that, like, Black Widow didn't get enough character development before this movie, and it felt like...
What the fuck are they talking about?
I don't know.
The only one that's slightly not there is her relationship with Hawkeye. That's the only part that's kind of there. But literally every movie is her getting closer to the team.
Yeah. I will say this though. I think they do have one slight point, is that you can kind of, having seen Black Widow and what they do with her character in Black Widow, it definitely feels like, it's definitely obvious that Black Widow was supposed to be before this movie. Because it feels like Black Widow was supposed to set up her character here, and they kind of had to rush it a little bit in this movie.
Probably one of those timing concerns.
Yeah.
Or it's like, we've already made the merch, get the movie out already.
Which is why I honestly might make the argument that it could be worth watching Black Widow minus the after credits.
That's the problem with Pokemon that a lot of people have noticed as well, where Pokemon has to make sure, the reason why Game Freak can't take their time is that the trading cards are waiting and the anime cartoon is waiting as well, being like, hurry up and give us stuff to work with. Yeah. Release it already.
Yeah, it's
we're not gonna get these LeChonk cards out unless that game's out.
Yeah, just unfortunate reality that Black Widow had to get delayed to hell.
Yeah.
But yeah. Pain.
Yep.
Misery.
Makes you wonder what would have happened if Captain America went on that expedition and was like,
Hello, Captain.
oh. Now this is just perplexing.
What's Red Skull doing here?
I mean, that's what most people are asking anyway, regardless.
And Tooth Fairy disappeared because he was messing with one of the stones, so it just got sent to guard one of the other stones.
Yep. And then everyone gets back, and then everything goes to hell. Or it's like, first off, they get the snap working, where it's like, yay, everyone's back! Good news, everyone's back. Bad news, Thanos is too!
Yay!
Good news, everyone's back. Bad news, everyone is back.
Bad news, spaceship barrage!
Good news, everyone's back. Bad news, Thanos is one of them.
For a separate reason.
Thanos is someone.
Yeah.
Then Big Battle. Where Big Battle Part 1 is just our three boys kicking the frick out of Thanos and trying their damn best and not going well.
I will say though, for one thing, it's a cool detail that Thanos apparently saw what Thor did to him the first time around, because he decides, I'm gonna do it right back to you. Let's see how you like it.
Except he was going for the chest.
Yeah, I mean that's what he did in Infinity War.
Oh. But you only saw the beginning of Endgame one.
Oh yeah. So I guess that was just coincidence.
Yeah.
That was just the...
And then Captain America becomes true best boy.
Yup. He is worthy. I just want to say...
I just like how they called that all the way fucking back in Age of Ultron. And I love it.
He's just like, nope. And then never mind.
And then Thor... And then, I loved in Age of Ultron where Thor sees it and is like...
Yeah, I think that's like actually like a cool thing you can see on his character development, where like in Age of Ultron, when like Captain America starts to do it, like Thor looks concerned, like he's like, oh no, but this time he's like, yes, let's go.
We're amazing.
I knew he was worthy.
Uh-huh.
It's such a cool thing for it.
And then of course, Doctor Strange does his portal thing, and then everyone loses their minds.
I just want to say that the song that plays during the portal scene, part of the reason that's such a hype scene is because there's like 6 key changes. Which is how you make it very emotional. And then it builds all the way up to the Avengers theme.
Yep. The Avengers theme is what most people go crazy for, though.
So is it just me? I know it's not just me. My brother agrees with me. Does it bother you that he whispers "assemble" when he says "Avengers assemble"? It bothers me a little bit, because I'm like, nobody can hear him.
I mean, they wouldn't hear him anyway. Have you freaking noticed what's everything's happening there?
At least more than like 2 people would hear him.
It's a cool movie thing.
I'm nitpicking a very cool thing. Okay, the Avengers Assemble thing is super awesome. I'm super glad they did it. Avengers Assemble is awesome. And this is the perfect moment to do it.
Yes.
He's great.
And then they play Keep Away with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Keep Away.
Which honestly, the biggest question is, why the frick did they make it big enough to fit on Thanos' hand in the first place?
Because they had to make it big enough to fit on Hulk's hand, so he just made it adjustable.
Man, they picked the wrong time to do that.
Well, I didn't know Thanos was gonna show up.
Yeah, good point, but still. You just want to make precautions, though.
We got a lot going on, okay?
Yeah,
the whole thing with time travel, making sure that their one shot works. Tony's anxiety because it's like I have a family and stuff. It's a lot, okay? They're gonna screw up somewhere.
Yeah, where they completely forget, wait a minute, can't we just use the goddamn time stone that we have to do this?
To do...
Like, can't we just grab time stone and then go back to all the other ones? Why do we have to all go separate ways and make it even worse when we can just get, like, one... like, major people to go after the time stone?
I don't think the time stone can, like, I don't think the time stone can, like...
It's what Thanos does. It's what Thanos does to bring back the one stone that blew up.
Yeah, but I think it could do it in, like, an isolated area. But it can't... Yeah.
I didn't know that. So.
I'm guess they don't explain how it works, but I'm guessing, honestly.
It's just kind of confusing where it's like why are they going so crazy? There's a time stone right there.
Also, I don't necessarily know how it works.
Time travel, you know, you already got questions. Yeah. Anyway, back to big battle. Keep away with the gauntlet.
Keep away with the gauntlet. Spider-Man gets his activated to kill, which is a super cool callback. The whole fight just has a ton of great callbacks.
Yep.
It's absolutely delightful.
And then Thanos gets the gauntlet, and it's like, oh, great.
Well, Scarlet Witch beats him, and then he's like, oh no, I'm losing!
Nukes.
Spaceships attack!
Go
and
nukes!
Everybody's like, well, shoot, now the spaceships are attacking. This is bad. And then Captain Marvel shows up and blows up the spaceship.
I was trying to completely avoid talking about her to reiterate how fucking useless she is in this plot. Why the hell are you even here?
I mean, they would have lost if she wasn't there. She did like 2 things, but those 2 things mattered.
Yeah, but it's like, in the terms of the plot, you barely even needed to be here.
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch held down Thanos better than Captain Marvel was.
To be fair, by the time she was fighting him, he did have the whole Infinity Gauntlet.
But still, it's like, come on.
But yeah,
freaking pompous ass whip.
So let's you, me, and my brother are all like, when Thanos takes that Power Stone and punches her across the
Thank
field,
God.
all
Thank
3 of us
you,
are like,
Thanos.
yes.
Thanos.
So yeah, I think Captain Marvel's okay in her own movie. She's kind of the worst here.
The worst
She's
here.
not likable at all.
No, she is definitely not.
Kind of sucks. Don't blame my brother for not liking her.
And Thanos snaps, but the stones are gone.
Oh man, did a little sleight of hand. Very sneaky.
Honestly, it works so well for Iron Man to be the one to do the snap. I mean, he started it, he ended it. It makes sense.
And he ends it here with the same way he ended his first movie. I am Iron Man.
Well, technically, his last things are "Hey Peps." Those are technically his last words.
You.
As it should be. Your last word should be like saying something to loved ones.
Yeah.
And also, I really like how Thanos just sees it happening and then just sits down and is like, well, that didn't go well.
In his own words from the first movie, turns the knees to jelly.
What?
He says that!
I know, but still. And then Iron Man's funeral, where it's like everyone's sad. Nick Fury's there for some reason for a paycheck.
I mean, of course he's gonna be there. Like, he started.
Surprised to see Captain
there.
Marvel there. Are you sure there's not another planet that's busy? You're not busy on another planet? I don't like her at all in this.
Yeah, she is kind of the worst. Man, when they're watching the his like
helmet,
his like helmet
video
thing, like I was like, feels through the whole thing. And then he freaking ends it with "I love you 3000," and I'm just like, no. Yes, but no.
And then the part that made me honestly the most happiest was Captain America going back to return the stones.
That's
and then
one.
showing up old, having spent his life with her.
Yeah.
And it's like
so
perfect way to end the movie.
Yeah.
Perfect way to end the movie is just letting Captain America live a life.
Yeah, and like they literally were setting that up back in freaking Winter Soldier.
Yep.
They've been setting it up.
They've been setting it up since the first, honestly, more than anything.
To a degree, but they were setting up the. Like, they were like, yeah, you love Peggy, but oh man, no, you can't be with Peggy. And that was the first movie. And then Winter Soldier, they were, like, setting up that him, like, settling down and living his life all the way back in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And we finally got it.
Perfect way to end the movie.
Absolutely perfect way to end it.
Made me incredibly happy. So we're only 20 minutes in. That's the main part, right? We're not even close to being done with this review, are we? We went for the whole thing. We're not even close to being done, are we?
Oh dear. So
who first? We kind of went through a few of them, but
yeah.
who we go for?
I haven't really talked about Rocket at all.
He's kind of just furry sidekick for most of it, for 4. Which, honestly, it works super well for 4.
I feel like he still is kind of his... He's still kind of his roguish, kind of a jerk self to a degree.
Yeah, I gotta say though, him being with 4 is perfect. Like, I love it so much still. Like, it's still amazing.
I do think he kind of tones it down and is a lot more serious and supportive side around though, which is really cool to see. I think.
Well, yeah, he sees what Thor's going through.
Yeah,
or it's like Rocket's had 5 years to think about all the crap that they've been through.
Yeah, and he's been like, he's the only other Guardian who's still around for him is Nebula. So like he's he's like been hit harder than a lot of these characters, and yet he's like like he's like the guy, like it was in Infinity War. He's being the captain.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome for
Yeah.
him. It's great. Rocket's great in this movie.
Thor was fantastic.
So there's a lot of controversy with what they do with him in this movie. A lot of people don't like it.
I like how he just gets hit super hard by the fact that literally half of his people, like literally almost every single person he's known for years died last movie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's what they have a problem with. The problem that a lot of people have with it is they make a lot of jokes about it, about him being depressed.
I didn't really see that much.
It's kind of, I feel like it's done in a way that it's like, it's kind of funny, but also, maybe it's just because, like, I can relate to it to a degree in a lot of ways, because I've dealt with depression a lot, and a lot of it is like some of it's like, it's funny, but it's funny because I relate to it. It's funny because it's kind of relatable.
I didn't really see any of that.
And I don't know. I think it is also very overblown. I think for the most part, they take it pretty seriously, but they do kind of poke fun at it a little bit, and honestly, I'm not bothered by it at all.
The poking fun's just how Marvel's done these movies.
Yeah.
I saw no difference there. I don't know what people are talking about.
I think it comes from a lot of the same crowd that thinks MCU movies don't take themselves seriously enough. So,
if you want that, go to DC and figure out why they don't take themselves totally seriously.
Yeah, I think that Thor is done.
Like, I don't get that about people where it's like, you guys want to see what taking yourself too seriously does to a comic book movie? Look at most of DC's offerings from the past, from the 2000s, and you'll see exactly what Marvel's trying to keep away from.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they handled Thor. I think they handled Thor very well.
Yeah, I love Thor in this.
It works really well for him.
Him being so down is what makes him seeing his mom and her immediately figuring everything out so amazing.
Yeah.
It's the part that lets him be able to get back up.
Yeah.
Who next?
Scott Lang, Ant-Man.
The guy who's been like, what the fuck happened?
he's what the hell happened here? Like, I think it was a really cool idea to have him, like, just, be in the quantum realm, and then just show up and be like, what happened?
It gives us a way to show, like, it gives the audience a person to react with them to all the things that have changed.
Yeah. And then the moment of him, like, running into meeting Cassie.
Yeah.
Is beautiful, but also a little heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man. Yeah, I think that was very well done. Outside of that, he's kind of just a comic relief character, honestly.
Yeah. But honestly, it makes sense that he would at least understand. He's important part because he's the one that actually gives them the idea.
Yeah. He's an important part of the movie. He's an important part of the movie. He does his job well, and he's a great comic relief character.
Yeah, which is what he's known for, so he's not out of character or anything.
Yeah. He's great.
He's always been comic relief, pretty much.
Rhodey kind of just teams up with Nebula, honestly.
Yeah, he's just kind of here. He's just kind of the straight man still. Hulk? My God.
These are confusing times. It's so much fun with him.
Yeah, they really did. I like how they gave us both Hulks in some way, where it's like we get the Smart Hulk.
Literally called Smart Hulk. I just think in the subtitles
called Smart Hulk in the subtitles.
It's so funny.
And then they go and then they head back to Avengers 1 and they give us the Angry Hulk. And it's just as perfect as ever.
Trying to be the Angry Hulk.
And also the freaking Hulk fans at the beginning was just funny.
Hulk out.
Well, at least the beginning part, and then they go for the Ant-Man stuff, and it's kind of cringy a bit. Where it's like, okay, you can go away now.
Yeah.
Please let us continue with the plot.
Anyway, where were we?
Yeah, Hulk is fantastic.
Yep. And it was kind of cool for him to have his moment when he did the undo snap.
And also had the timeline discussion with the one person, with the whoever her name was.
Ancient one.
Yeah, ancient one.
Ancient one.
Yeah, that was fun as well.
Yeah.
Where it works that he's the one there telling her that part.
And I think it's also very cool. Like, I think it's also just a very cool moment with her being like, no, I can't let you do this. This is not a good idea. And then he mentions that Doctor Strange gave up the stone willingly, and she's like, oh,
it was either
okay.
It's either he was wrong or I was wrong. Here you go.
And she's like, I think that just shows how much trust she puts in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's just how much trust she puts in Doctor Strange by looking into the future.
Yeah.
She hasn't even actually met him yet.
Which makes Doctor Strange even funnier when she's fucking around with him at the beginning of that movie. Makes it even funnier where she's like, yes, you. Let's have some fun with you.
Nebula and Gamora. We kind of talked about both. I will say that the scene at the beginning with Nebula and Tony just playing games.
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so funny. And then her putting him in the seat so he has a comfortable night before they're presumably going to die.
Yeah.
It's so cool that they spend 20 days together. They become friends.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And then she's like, yeah, I know stuff about Thanos. Here's the deets on Thanos.
Yep.
And then she's the reason Thanos ends up finding out.
Mm-hmm. I like how he finds out completely, accidentally.
Yeah.
It's not any fault of the heroes.
Yeah. It makes a lot of... it's one of those reasonable coincidences.
Yeah. I kind of don't like the Gamora reset, honestly.
I mean... She's not,
That just kind of feels like the writers were put in a corner where it's like, how do we bring her back?
I mean, she's not totally back because she doesn't know the Guardians.
That's why I don't like the reset part where it's like, how do we bring Gamora back?
I mean,
Gamora back and
I
not
haven't
Gamora.
seen Guardians 3. We'll see how they handle it from here, honestly.
Yeah, where it's like I have concerns on how that's going to work out. I think we've gone through most of the major ones except for some heavy hitters. I think we kind of already went through Tony and Captain America during the plot synopsis.
Well, is there anything else we want to say with them? Hey, we didn't. Oh, nah.
Captain America was as good as always, and Tony was completely worthy of the starring role by the end.
Remember when you were?
I still hold up to the thing of he wasn't really able to hold a movie on his own at first, but then they increasingly got better at writing him.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
After a bit of a slip up with Ultron, honestly, where that was kind of meh.
Yeah.
But other than that, they have gotten better at writing him.
Yeah, we haven't talked a ton about Thanos.
That's who I was saying that he's really the only one left that played a super big role and not just cameoed at the end of getting made fun of or whatever.
So
I liked Thanos way more in Infinity War, I gotta say.
I think,
or it's like they downgraded him when he's saying that he wants to just kill the Avengers.
I think I feel like it's one of those things. I feel like it is kind of them getting written into a corner a little bit because it's like it's just like an unfortunate reality that the way the story is written, it's not our Thanos.
Yeah, it's the warlord tyrant Thanos from the beginning of the Guardians.
It's not the Thanos. It's not the Thanos.
It's the warlord Guardians 1 Thanos.
Yeah, it's not the one who Tony earned his respect and stuff like that.
Yeah, but still, it's like I don't like how they wrote themselves into a corner with Thanos and had to get the warlord one where it's like it's just not that interesting at that point.
Yeah.
Where he's just like big bad who wants the thing to become a god or so. Make new universe, make everyone happy, kill all you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're going to do the if with them ending up in the position where they had to bring back that Thanos and it's not our Thanos, I feel like that's what makes sense for him. Like, it makes sense for his character, for him.
Yeah, Tyrant Thanos makes sense. I just don't like Tyrant Thanos as much.
It's not that interesting, but it does make sense.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, yeah, what are you going to do? Writing is hard.
Kind of running out of things to talk about, honestly. I think we got through most of the major ones in the plot synopsis.
Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of mention that, like, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I
gotta say, I think Infinity War is better, honestly.
That is kind of my thought. My thinking is, if you ask me which is my favorite between the two, Endgame is my favorite between the two. I think Infinity War is a better movie. I think Endgame is a higher highs and lower lows kind of situation. Like, Infinity War is just it's like Infinity War is like a 10 out of 10 all the way through. This movie like jumps between an 8 and a 12 kind of thing.
And whenever Marvel shows up, a 5.
for the 2 minutes where she's there, it's a 5 out of 10.
But it's still that drops to a 5.
Yeah. So like, I definitely have more problems with Endgame, but this movie has like several of my favorite moments in all of cinema.
Yeah.
So I can't not say.
Yeah,
it's
as a full
higher on
product,
the list.
though, I would say that Infinity War is a. Infinity War just Endgame has the better heroes, and Infinity War has the much better villain. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, just this movie, I can definitely see. I can definitely kind of understand why some people.
I can kind of see the 50-50 with gash in the middle.
Yeah,
Or it's like, you either love this or hate this.
Yeah, I can see why there's people that have problems with this.
Which I think pretty much happens for anything where it's like a super ending of a film or series or so. Where it's like, you're always going to get the 50-50 split where it's like, this is either your favorite or it's not.
Yeah. I will also say, since it's kind of comparable in a lot of ways to like Kingdom Hearts 3, I just want to make this comparison. As much as I really like Kingdom Hearts 3, this is what I wish Kingdom Hearts 3 was.
So obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3
was this.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is very flawed.
Yeah. Like, I love it I'm glad we got as good of a game as we did with Kingdom Hearts 3. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, but I do wish that it was this good.
I did not enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3, honestly.
I mean, a lot of people didn't. I have a pretty high opinion of Kingdom Hearts 3 compared to a lot of people, I think.
But yeah, Infinity War, fantastic. Endgame, great way to end it. It's like, it's not the best possible ending, but honestly, it's the best ending that we could probably hope for.
It's as good as I could reasonably expect it to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could have expected it to be as good. I don't think I could have expected it to be as good as it was, even.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have ever thought it'd be as good as it is.
Yeah.
They did such a fantastic job of it.
It was fantastic.
It trips up in a few places, but when it matters, it is basically perfection.
Yes. So, as for rambling reviews, this was number 70. We're taking a break from the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're back. We do not have any plans to return to it anytime soon, though. I don't have any plans currently to return to it soon.
Yeah.
Like, our schedule's kind of filled. Our schedule's filled currently. Maybe sooner rather than later, but it's like, don't expect it for the next at least like 10 or 15 reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very glad that I decided to have us go on this ride. It has been delightful. Well, to introduce you to these movies that I really love.
Yes.
And
so Joel,
myself.
What's your top 3 of the MCU from what we saw? From what we've seen of it.
I think Endgame is my favorite one. I think then I'd probably go Infinity War, Winter Soldier.
Meanwhile, for me, man, I really wish I could put the Guardians of the Galaxies into one slot. Because then it'd be Guardians of the Galaxy series, because that's my favorite one that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange, which I was not expecting. And probably First Avenger. I'm sorry, my Captain America bias is not letting me put First Avenger lower than 4. I'd probably switch my rankings multiple times, but it's like, those 3 are the ones that are definitive currently, where it's like, those 3 are near the top.
Yeah. I mean, so out of the ones we watched, those are my top 3. I'm pretty sure, I think Spider-Man No Way Home would steal one of those spots. No.
Probably from mine eventually, but it's like, it'd have to be really good to be First Avenger, because First Avenger was the first one of the MCU where I was like, yes, I love this!
Yeah.
It's the thing that's brought Captain America as my favorite.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I don't probably even have to ask what the bottom 3 is, because it's pretty obvious.
For Dark World.
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. Incredible Hulk.
Yep.
Not necessarily in that order.
I'd probably put Thor Dark World above them, though.
Yeah, Dark World
is not as bad as Iron Man 2 and Hulk.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I honestly really enjoyed Dark World, at least.
Yeah, it's kind of... Dark World is like... It's okay, except for when it's so bad it's good.
where it's like, it's at least enjoyable to watch.
It's bad enough to be entertaining.
Meanwhile, Iron Man 2 is just kind of a slog. And Hulk was Hulk. And Hulk literally killed any option for sequels to it.
Yeah.
It was that bad. Yeah. I can easily see the Spider-Mans becoming like number 4 and number 5 on my list. From what I've heard of them. At least the third one is probably definitely going up there somewhere.
Yep.
Everything else, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Who would you say are your... we already know your favorite character is. Who is your second and third favorite character? Do you think?
Can I put the Guardians as a slot?
You can't
really have one of them without the others, honestly. They kind of work.
Okay,
you can't take them out of each other. They don't work as individuals.
Yeah.
They don't work as well as individuals.
Meanwhile,
if I'm able to do that, Captain America, Guardians. I probably have to put Thor, honestly.
Yeah. I think my ranking would be Captain America. I might just have to be boring and say Thor and then Iron Man.
Also, does that tell you enough that Thor passed Spider-Man for me?
There's that.
Spider-Man might take it back, though, honestly.
Honestly, Spider-Man's hovering around number 3 as well.
Spider-Man might take it back after
like,
we get to those movies.
I mean, I'm pretty much like... I think I pretty much am Captain America. Captain America's 1. Thor's 2. 3 is a tie between Iron Man and Spider-Man.
The mans.
And then 5 is a character from Black Widow.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. This movie's great.
But yeah, I'm definitely biased towards the Guardians.
A little bit.
I love all of them, I'm sorry.
I do love me my Guardians.
I don't hate anyone in those movies.
I mean, I don't hate any of them. They're just not top of my list fantastic for me.
Yeah, but for me, I like like degree of quality, and not just bit pieces of it. Like, I like the good experience all around ones, and not higher highs and lower lows, where it's like, yeah the Guardians. And Captain America, because I freaking love him. He is a good boy, and if this is his ending, I will be perfectly happy with it.
Yeah.
Please, let this be at least their 2 endings. I swear to God, if I see Captain America back in the blue spandex, or Tony coming back to life, I'm gonna be angry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna be very, very angry.
Don't you do it! Don't you do it, Disney!
I have not seen it. Joel has not seen them do it. They better fucking not. 56 minutes.
Yep. So yeah. That was our rambling review for Avengers Endgame.
Captain Marvel sucks. She better get better. I don't like the side eyes.